Dale Tennell here with the Chattanooga First Seventh-day Adventist Church, and we're on our 50-day spiritual journey towards living a more generous life. We're on day 3 now. In the very beginning, God created Adam and Eve. He created them in His image, designed them, He fashioned them, He molded them. He created this earth, and then He gave them dominion over the things in this earth. Adam and Eve's role was to be a trustee or manager or steward of what God had created. What is our responsibility, our role today? Today, the principle for the day of our 50-day journey towards living a more generous life is to remember that 100% of what God entrusts to us during our entire lifetime, we are simply managers. We are simply stewards of. We are simply trustees of what God has given to us. It all belongs to Him. We've already talked about everything belongs to God. He created it. He is the one that provides for all the good gifts that come into our life. It all comes from God. Today, we realize that we are simply trustees or managers, 100% of what God has given to us. 1 Corinthians chapter 4:12. Try this again. 1 Corinthians 4:2 says, "It is required in stewards that a man be found faithful." God desires to find faithful stewards. Ellen White, writing in Faith and Works, she says, "God calls upon those to whom He has entrusted His goods to acquit themselves as faithful stewards. The Lord would have all things of temporal interest occupy a secondary place in the hearts and thoughts, but Satan would have the matters of the earth take first place in our lives." God wants these things in our lives to have secondary importance, but Satan seeks for these things in our lives to have primary importance. What's most important for you? The things of the world or the things of God? Martin Luther says that a person goes through 3 conversions. The first conversion is the conversion of the head. Mentally, we accept what is taught. It's logical. The second conversion, Martin Luther says, is the conversion of the heart. People begin to feel that relationship with God. They can feel His presence, and they long to do what God wants them to do. But the third conversion is the conversion of the pocketbook. Martin Luther says, unfortunately, not all at the same time. The question is, have you gone through all 3 conversions? Have you been converted in your head, your heart, and your pocketbook? God wants us to be faithful stewards 100% of the time. I encourage you again, check out the website, the blog spot, do the extra homework.